my Instagram. I'm not helping the black stereotypes at all. I follow KFC on Instagram.
Alright. Stream is up, right?
Are we having a countdown, like, before we start talking, or
My
what?
Instagram.
Yeah, like...
I'm not helping the
Alright, so... How are we doing this? How are we gonna start off the first episode?
Have you checked all technical
follow
things, like,
KFC
like
on
everybody can hear us?
Instagram.
Like, anybody who's joined, for example?
Stream is up, right?
Are we having a
we haven't done
countdown,
that
like,
yet.
before we start talking?
Alright. Yeah, like...
I'm not helping.
We started off this episode.
So...
Are we gonna, like...
This is like
introduce... How are we doing this? How are we gonna... Yeah, this is episode 1, we haven't done anything. Are we gonna introduce, everyone? Are we gonna talk for 10 minutes about, like, what we were planning to do? What are we gonna do? Stream is up, right?
Are we having a
we haven't done
countdown,
that
like,
yet.
before we start talking?
Alright. Yeah, like...
I'm not
We started
Alright,
so... Are we gonna, like...
This is
introduce How are we gonna... Yeah, this is episode 1, we haven't done anything. Are we gonna introduce, everyone? Are we gonna talk for 10 minutes about, like, what we were planning to do?
Dominic, this is all on you. You have to find a scapegoat.
I'm crying.
Hey, and it's not that funny. Still.
I'm legally present, right?
Bro, I'm crying. Alright.
Let's just introduce all of us.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Dominic, this is all on you. Bro, you left.
You left as soon as we said it's all on you.
I can't breathe.
The only reason I'm laughing now is Aiden's laughing. Aiden, stop. It's not funny.
Yeah, Aiden, chill. Come on.
Oh,
Calm down.
Alright. Hi, Dominic.
Shut up. We're gonna mute you.
Shut up, or we ain't gonna get this done. It's gonna be already like 2. It's gonna be like midnight by the time we get this done.
We're gonna be laughing for like 2 hours.
Alright.
It's gonna take us 2 hours to stop Aiden from laughing.
Alright, let's start.
Alright, let's start this. Alright, Dominic, you can start off with the introduction. Why? You do it, the frick?
I'm not gonna do anything. I'm a guest speaker.
Yeah, you guys are guest speakers. We'll introduce you later. Well, basically, welcome to the podcast. I'm done with this. I'm done with this freaking mic already. It's probably because I'm far away from it. Anyway, that's why I said for you. Start. This is already horrible already. Don't know. Continue, like, just say something. These are our 2 guest speakers. They're great at what they do. You guys should introduce you guys yourself.
Black people and chicken are my specialty.
I can't. Yeah, our team's just gonna watch this and be like, what the hell?
Hello,
Mr. and
I
Mrs.
play with
Teacher, I
technology.
appreciate you. My name's Darius, and I eat chicken.
Alright.
I wish I lived in Canada, I beg.
Ah, great.
We're burning down here. Please send help.
That's the only way he can get like a help message out.
Why is he muting himself? Like, I understand.
Trump is sending out
under heavy surveillance.
Trump is sending out an emergency EMP that's going to disconnect.
Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm not understanding you, Dominic. You're just like you're
Aiden.
Doing something.
Aiden, what he's trying to say is it's China and he's under heavy surveillance.
Heavy surveillance.
All right.
How we have an opinion.
How we? What do you guys? What do we? I can't speak. What do we want to have a topic about right now? Like, What do you guys want to speak about? Yo, I don't know really. I have an easy type of 20 for 10. Same. I'm doing good too. How are you guys doing in school?
Um, I haven't been on like online. I haven't been
Yeah,
online
like
in like 2 months.
okay.
I gave up like, a while ago.
Even in school, like any type of thing.
In America, we're stupid, and we decided that we would, not do online school. Freedom, and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why all the white kids got a bunch of corona cases. And
Dude.
somehow I'm not infected. Even though
Yeah,
that's
students
a
in
good
my
thing, I
speech
guess.
class were taken out of the online school. I can't survive online school. It hurts me.
Oh, now yeah, no one can. It's hard. Even teachers, like they're trying to their hardest.
Yeah, we have to at least give the teachers.
Yeah, but like for us, it's like the teachers, like they don't know what they're doing. Like you send something into them. Yeah, I know. Like you send something into them, and they're like, oh, I don't. What the hell am I supposed to do with this?
Not a
And
lot
they-
of the teachers are very like tech savvy, and like
yeah,
at least it's kind of like it's really just basic understanding. Like it's kind of simple. Like software developers stuff have set up these tools, to be easy for them. They
yeah.
just don't have the common sense to use them.
Yeah,
No,
like for us, we're using Teams, Microsoft Teams,
okay,
and this thing it
Yeah.
updates like crazy. Like it's all working perfectly until one update, and you can't get into class for like 6 years. Like it's a lot.
I don't allow MS Teams to update. I don't have it on auto update.
Y'all
I haven't
use
updated
Teams.
since I downloaded it. But Darius, I don't know if you have the same like school website setup like format as we do. Like it's probably a template.
We use two things.
Okay, so like our like school website, like I'll come back to like the simplicity, like how people are supposed to develop things. Whoever developed like the template for like our school website doesn't like they should go back to school.
Like HWDSB hub, like the hub.
Yeah, the hub, like the actual student portal hub, like when you actually go onto the hub, that thing is like it's horrible.
It for me, it's not horrible. It's kind of good and like not
It-
really.
It could be better. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Speaker. Oh, does that work? Am I in it? Yeah, you're in it. How?
Hello.
Looks like we got a new person up in here. Yeah, live stream's already started. We got a new person up in here. Well, this is Emily.
Hello, Emily.
Suck your mom.
Oi!
Wait, you found her?
Okay. Sorry.
Live stream has started. Leave us alone.
Okay, where was I though?
Yeah. Okay, shush. Yeah.
There you go. Chloe's in. You. Oh, I did it.
I can't. Anyway.
You're talking about MS Teams though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So MS Teams, I don't understand why they couldn't just like use Discord. Maybe it's because all this like the stereotypes around like gaming and stuff. But it's such a better platform than MS Teams. Like obviously the code and development that's gone into like Discord is like much better than like the actual time they went to MS Teams. MS Teams was kind of like rushed.
Yeah, like it was more.
Nobody
It
heard
was
about it. Listen, nobody heard about it, and all of a sudden it was just a blip on a radar that everybody heard about. And, like
yeah,
it
it was.
Like that.
Yeah, like it was like especially for grade 8. Like because I was just coming from grade 8. We're in grade 9, and from Ballard, they just like we were using Google Classroom, and then they just like right when we started the year of grade 9, they just went, and everything just turned into like crap.
Google Classroom, the only reason they wanted to switch over to MS Teams is for the whole virtual classroom type ordeal where they can actually video call you and stuff. Because Google Classroom didn't support any of that. It was more of just like an agenda, really. Yeah. Actually, one of my teachers said they're trying to get away from Google. Like I forget who it was, but they said something along the lines of don't take this with a grain of salt because I can't remember exactly how they said it, but they said something along the lines of they're trying to get away from Google for privacy concerns.
Yeah,
but
I heard that too. It was
listen. The only thing that's wrong with Google really is the toxicity within their algorithms for suggesting content to people, because the algorithms suggest you. Because listen, it's very like when you search something up, right? When you're curious, Corona went up. It was at the beginning of the year. People were searching this up, right? And it would suggest content to you, recommendations, stuff like that. Now, it can be really toxic because one subtle mind can go see if it's fake and stuff, and all of a sudden its algorithms will pick up on that and give it recommend content in websites and stuff like that to this person, right? And yeah, so it ends up kind of proving their point that they actually think other people think it's a proven thing that coronavirus is fake, for example, or anti-maskers. The algorithm's very counterintuitive.
Yeah,
but it's
And people really people believe that companies I know this has no idea, but I'm kind of going down a tech perspective because we don't really have anything to talk about right now. I mean, it just gets that 10 to 15 minutes in of content right now. But
yeah.
it's not in a company's best interest to sell someone's data, for example, right? Why would they do that? Because that's it's not in their best interest. That's theirs. Why would they want to give it away? What they do instead? They leave it up to the algorithm. People buy ad space. So they spend money for ad space and they let the algorithms do its job. And that's basically that's how when you see something, when people think a couple years back, people thought phones were listening to them, right? Now that wasn't the ordeal. It's because the algorithm is really good. I'll give it to the software developers that made this thing. It's state of the art. It's, you could almost call it not just artificial intelligence, but intelligence itself, right? Because it's so good at doing its job. It's so good at predicting something that it's maybe even more smarter than we are. But
But even the I'll let you,
even
okay.
for example, it's some of the best people who made it in the beginning never expected to get like this. Now people don't really understand it. It's complex, right?
Yeah, it is.
Edward Snowden, the CIA agent, right? Yeah, yeah. I mean, but it was his creation, though. But what? But what? Listen, now, was it just his, or was it a team of developers? You see, that takes a lot of work, though. Something like that. I don't exactly know the whole backstory of Edward Snowden. I know he I know some of the backstory. I wasn't really gotten into that topic because it didn't interest me as much. But I mean, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, for even to go back on the track of Discord where you said even you wanted to schools to use Discord, right?
Yeah, Oh, let him talk for a second. What do you have
Yeah,
to
we'll
say
let
about
you
Edward?
talk, Dominic, and then we'll talk about the subject that I'm going on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like to go on with the Discord thing. Maybe they don't want to do it because it's not like a school provided app.
But MS Teams is not a school provided app either.
Mm-hmm.
MS Teams is Microsoft, right? Microsoft developed this, like a couple software developers developed it. But my like thing is like it's been buggy for you guys. It's like, you know, you guys haven't been able to get into like comedic stuff. Like it's rushed. Like I said, it went from like, you know, not being anything to like a giant blip on the radar. Or wasn't something that led up to something, like, you know, the new
Yeah.
game Cyberpunk's that just released, right? That was in 7 years of development. People heard about it. I mean, obviously we didn't just hear about it, like we heard about it until recently, right? Because it became a big thing. But MS Teams, there was no like, you know, source of it, like, you know, a couple months back. It was just a rushed project that appeared all of a sudden. Obviously, there's like, you know, there was no trial and error to be done. It's obviously something that was going to be buggy. They should have just gone with something that was good, like, you know, Discord, for example. If like, if they counted to it and they think of like the thought that they're trying to get away from Google for some apparent reason, I don't know why. It's like great. It's great software. They make great stuff, but I'm just thinking they should have gone with Discord.
Yeah, because I use Google Docs for like everything, and I heard something about someone saying like that we're not going to be able to use that anymore for like essays, like type of things, and like why? Like that's something that people like use, right?
Yeah. Also, yeah.
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 Like for instance, like Sherwood for say, I had a friend that told me that she had to stay home because someone threatened to shoot up the school. Like if that were like to be in Discord and someone says that, they can delete it.
Yeah, there's
And
obviously
then
there's obviously that safety concern, but think about it this way, right? Think about it from like if we're in class thing, right? Think about it like this: you tell someone something and they go report it, basically, right? Think about it like this, and you get like it's sort of the idea of saying something in a Discord chat and erasing it, right? The only people that seen that are basically the people you told in person. It's he said, she said. Still, it's always going to be he said, she said in both situations. It's basically like that. So if you think about it, if someone says something, erases it, it's kind of like the same ordeal that'd be going on like in person school. Yeah, like in school, when someone says something, you don't tell the office. Like I said, it's
yeah,
he said, she said, unless there's a, you know, someone recorded it.
like it's but still like Discord would be a good app to use. Like we're using Discord right now. We'll just I don't really care about that at this moment. It's annoying. We'll have to live with it for a bit now, but like Discord would be, you know, good, but there's also some of the downsides. Same with like MS Teams. Like for instance, my French teacher, um, she has problems with it like mostly every day. Like even beginning of like November,
Yeah.
she couldn't get into it, and but like it's just it's all over the place. But then she starts. Yeah, but then people start like let's say for instance she started sending us more work than everyone else,
Yeah.
and they send more work and think that maybe you're already done all English and gym work or something like that, right? So, but reality you're behind in their class, not in hers, and it's just like you're focusing on French and then you're focusing on English. Like this is something that was happening to me. Like
Like
I was following for all of November and then finally caught up, fell behind, caught up. It was just, like,
yeah,
yeah,
the school system, they seem to think that because, you know, we had like, you know, 6 months off basically, they seem to think that they can just push work at students. It's
yeah,
not something that happens because, you know, I'll say it right now, it's something that's been proven. Most of the stuff we learn in school is not very useful. And like it's
oh,
not like I'm just this particularly falls under the category of like, you know, elementary, middle, and high school. You know, college is really the only thing that you'll find everything that you learn there useful because, you know, you're paying for or you're going to a class like, you know, tailored to what you want. Yeah. Um, think about English, for example, right? They still try to shake like, you know, teach us Shakespeare and stuff, right? I guess I get it from a history, like I get it from a history like standpoint, but this is like 1500 stuff. We don't speak that form of English anymore.
When am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been one of the best teachers I've had for English for a long time. And like last year I had a really good teacher.
You see,
Yeah,
teachers,
like
they just get paid to be there and basically read off a script.
yeah, but teachers
It's
teachers need to.
it's that
I'll
script
let you
that needs
speak.
to be reformed.
Yeah, like teachers that make learning fun are one of the best teachers. Like for instance, in grade 2 at Parkdale, I had this teacher, and even before, why, Mr. Sackvey, he's one of the you are like, but he was one of the best teachers at Parkdale because he just made learning fun for everyone. And
Yeah.
same with and with one of our teachers at our old school, she made learning fun too. And Miss Levely is one of those type of teachers. She makes learning fun and she's helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she's like, can you help me? Yeah,
But you see, teachers like Miss Lovely, right? That's her name.
yeah,
All right, she's she's a dream teacher basically. She's a teacher that's always there to help people. She's not the type of person to call at someone when they're not listening and get them to answer a question, right?
yeah. She's
See,
never done
those
that
are the
really.
teachers that are good. I don't get people who teachers that they'll call on someone because they're not listening to humiliate them. That's
Yeah,
not
like
their job. And if you
Especially
think
when the
about it from a
class is like,
perspective standpoint, it's the school system basically kind of teaches us, to just do as we're told. So
well,
because that's kind of like an implant into most people's minds, teachers feel like they can take teachers feel like they can take advantage of that and humiliate a kid without them realizing that it's technically harassment.
yeah, like there was one French teacher. Like most of the French teachers I've had have been iffy for the past since in grade 4. But some of them, yeah, grade 6, for instance, we had a teacher and she really didn't teach anything. Like, of course I liked her. She was that's why, because she really didn't teach French. She was a chill teacher, but she didn't really teach French. We usually did movies and stuff, right? And French because I'll let you speak. I'll let you speak. Yeah, because grade 6 for me, grade 4, 5, and 6, I didn't learn anything because for 4 and 5, I had a teacher in Parkdale, and she just wasn't. She was kind of rude to me all the lot, and she used to just call me out, like you were saying, like how teachers call people for no reason. They just call you out because they're not listening.
It's they can't actually do that. It's like I said, the matter of the fact that they feel like because it's so implanted into our generation, like Gen Z, but our specific 2000 2000 to 2010 type of ordeal, and actually
Yeah,
no, it's really just 2000s because even the younger kids feel like they have to do as they're told.
yeah,
So from the 2000s, for example, that's a good standpoint here. It's a millennium, right?
yeah.
The kids 2000s and above, like our generation, our part of the Gen Z, feel like we have to do as we're told. I mean, at least most of us. And so, like I said, it's that authority, it's that higher, it's a superiority that they feel like they're being put into. Yeah, so teachers feel like they can literally tell a kid to go fuck themselves, for example. I mean, sorry for the language, but it's true. And they feel like a kid's not gonna go tell the police because there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, but it's just like for instance, they don't do anything about that, but when they see a 14-year-old vaping outside of school or smoking weed, they don't do anything about it.
Oh,
Like, I
there's
know
like a
so
a
much.
stereotype that goes around, right? I don't get teachers who tell kids to take their hats off and stuff like that, right? But when a
Mhm.
kid's literally like I mean, it's a kind of a harsh topic to bring up, but you remember
It's like,
Devin?
how does that obstruct my vision? Like, it shouldn't. How? That's what I've heard. How?
To be honest, like, so for me,
I mean, it makes sense, but it's supposedly they say it's a free country.
but
You know,
even for, but I just heard, like, don't be a Karen. Like,
I see it from a November type perspective because most of November is like a
it's all cold, so like you at least
no,
want to like,
wait,
yeah,
I meant it like I see it only as November is supposed to be the Remembrance Month,
yeah. So
right?
like
So
for
I see it
instance,
as like just that. Think about it like Pride Month, right? Like June, I meant not January, June. So that month's supposed to be coordinated to the LGBT, right? Respecting
yeah,
them, yeah, for like their past. But I mean, except like June 19th, where that's Juneteenth, where I'm pretty sure that was like the end of slavery or something like that. Wasn't that
I
what it
think so,
was? I
something like that,
so like
something
yeah,
like important.
and then isn't there like a Black History Month or something like that? Is that what it's
I'm
called?
pretty
That's
like
Yeah,
February.
not
February.
sure.
I thought it was Black History. It was like Black something. I know it was to
Yeah, just Black History Month. That's it.
yeah, but
We just like stopped talking for a bit.
yeah,
We just had to
yeah.
have
I
a
figured.
break.
I mean, what else do we talk about right now?
I don't know,
I
because
mean,
I heard you say something about like Churchill, right? Like the kid that died, right? And
yeah,
I
like
feel
I mean, it's kind of like it's a harsh topic to bring up.
it is a harsh talk. I wasn't trying to bring it up, but like I heard you trying like kind of going to there, like
Yeah, but
especially
I stopped there, and I'm not like I said his name. If nobody heard it, I'm not gonna say his name, right?
I heard you, but that's why I like wanted to bring it up. Like
But
even
like, I feel like his name there, like said, is like it is like it needs to be brought out there more,
yeah,
like his
like
name. But
bullying. We're gonna get on the subject of bullying now because like that's where we're going, like heading into.
yeah, that's something that needs to be addressed. I mean, it's
Yeah,
been
because
addressed multiple times before,
it's
but we
always,
can
but
address
no
it
one
too.
gets it. No one gets it. Teacher, yeah,
And not even like student on teacher. It's don't think about bullying from like a school perspective. Bullying can come in multiple forms, like harassment, assault, and it's something that
cyberbullying,
happens around the world. Like
like
it's something that
there's a lot of type of bullying.
when you hear harassment cases, right? That's bullying. Bullying is not like something that's aberrated from like like harassment in a school order. It's anything.
Like someone called you dumb, like that type thing. Yeah, because
There's a
like
difference between there's a fine line between joking about something and like actual bullying. If you're friends and like you know you're harassing each other like that in a friendship way, like
yeah, like me and Dominic, for instance, like we hang out like mostly every day, right? And
yeah,
we always just like joke around, like just we just joke around about like things of like we like how do you explain that? How do you explain? I'm trying to like figure out like what's in my mind right now. Yeah, because for
yeah.
instance, like I'm skinny, I'm really skinny, right? And like we just joke around about that. Like I don't care personally for people that are starving themselves, and because of people bullying them, saying that. Oh, sorry, I'm joking. I need popcorn. Sorry, I'm gonna hold on.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but it's just there's so much bullying that goes on that I hear every day. Like, oh my god. Like,
Yeah, like
especially,
I mean,
let's say
I
last
want to
year,
say his name, but I also like I've never really dealt with this stuff, so I don't know if it's disrespectful.
and because yeah, like if people are watching this, like students or something like that, and they know them, they'll just start like coming at you, you know. So like we'll just keep things like
I
anonymous.
already said his name, like I already said his first name once. I mean, I don't know if it's like a disrespect. I mean, I'm trying to think about it like
Like
this. I
like
want
from
to say it
Churchill,
as like
right?
an awareness thing, but I also don't want to say it if it's disrespectful.
Yeah, for some people, I get what you're trying to like where you're coming from.
It's a rabbit hole. That's what I'm trying to say. There's some people that will take it a different way.
Hmm. Actually, hold on. Just for a caution, like right this second, like this will be like like a warning for people that like might just tune into the podcast like a bunch. And if we say names or something and you know them, like don't take offense to it because it's just a topic. And if you do take offense, like I mean, it's either you guys can like you
It's
can
not like we're raising awareness. It's
because
saying his name. We're
we're
talking
trying
about
to
it because it's something. Sure, it's a topic that's been known around Hamilton, but more people need to actually get it through their head in like the education system, like police force and stuff like that. All that stuff because bullying is not just school. Like I said, it's all around the world. It's
everywhere.
every
Yeah,
sector has it. Harassment's bullying. It's something that needs to be reformed. It's
like everyone's
obviously we're never gonna be able to live in a utopia. That's what I'm saying, but it's something we can work on.
yeah. It's just something that we can raise awareness. Like
And
The best word for that would be harmony.
it's also the
yeah.
fact that people.
But like for instance, like Karen went around with for TikTok because it was just a funny little meme. But now there's like actual Karens, and
Yeah,
like people take offense
it
to
was a
that
meme
too.
at first, but sure, I get it. Like, some people, it's still harassment, but people shouldn't be like I understand when you're saying it when like someone's actually, getting in your face and like like getting physical with you. But
Or Kyle, yeah, like
yeah, it is really disrespectful to say, and I understand that.
yeah.
It again, like this is another topic
Depending
like
on
a
the person
rabbit
you
hole.
say it to. Like if there's like this random person in Walmart and you're like she just starts like screaming at the top of her lungs, of course she's gonna be a quote unquote Karen. Because Karen to all of us in the world right now means like those are the type of people to like start drama.
I know where you're going with this. Like, there could be a woman that's like screaming in there, and people immediately jump to like, "Oh, look, there's a Karen," but like you
Yeah.
don't actually know what's wrong with her.
Yeah, like
She could
she could
be
be
dealing with like,
autistic. She
yeah,
could
she
like
could have like
yeah.
yeah,
But even if the problem was like that, even if they were to be like screaming at a manager because like she needed yeah, like they got an order wrong. Of course that's the world like the people see you, yeah.
yeah,
Like act like that at your own home, like with your boyfriend or freaking husband. Like you guys are gonna be like freaking divorced at the end of the month anyway. Like sorry, I'm just throwing comedy in here. I'm throwing comedy. But like maybe like it's just like yeah, bullying needs to be aware like throughout the school. Like you don't need to put posters up like stop bullying like every crevice of the
yeah. People put those up, and like the school will tell them to do that. But like, if they're gonna
but
put
no one
those up,
listens
the
to
school
them.
board needs to do something about it. For
Yeah, like
example,
no one
like kids that the kids that bring in weapons, right? I understand, like in United, like schools in the United States, right? I understand some of them have like actual metal detectors, right? But it's an agonizing process because a lot of kids are most likely with the digital world we live in. A lot of kids are going to have devices which contain metals. Yeah, it's a it's an agonizing process. So there has to be like some median where we have security, but it's not metal detectors and stuff
Yeah,
like
but
that.
like for some schools, like I don't. There's some schools that have actual security with them.
Like yeah, actually, yeah.
Not even like a metal detector, but like some security guard kind of person.
It's
Who cares?
alright. I mean, it's still.
All
Oh,
right,
okay, you're back.
welcome back.
It's also like this test in America though. There's a test in America where they ask like us kids like, do you smoke weed? Do you have alcohol and stuff like, and how much like how much of that do you have? It's like, is any kid gonna answer truthfully though?
All right.
Is any kid gonna answer truthfully to that? If
Yeah,
you ask a
exactly.
kid if you
Because
have drugs on you or you have alcohol on you, you drink that, are they gonna answer truthfully?
no, they won't.
No,
Because
if
like,
you're doing like if you're gonna do stuff like that, you're not gonna want to admit it. Even though like a lot of like think about it from like a drug standpoint.
a
There's
lot
been a battle with drugs in the States for the longest time.
It's
but
like
even in Canada, like all the teens rate this like right this second, like right now while we're speaking, you can tell that there's grade 9s, 10s, 11s smoking weed, drinking, or even vaping at this
Yeah,
like, right now.
there's like a meme going around, right? Like about like a 13-year-old Canadians, and like that one, right? Where it's just
Yeah, like or
stereotyping
like
them for
just
like
say
being
pipe,
already into
and
like
they're
weed
like
and stuff like
they
that.
already take the gum that has like 13% alcohol. They're like, oh my god, guys, I'm so drunk.
No. I'm not talking about that. It's not that stupid. I'm talking about the one that's like where it's like them understanding all about drugs and stuff because they do.
Yeah, because like
Okay, that one.
it's with girls like
It's
so
true.
yeah, because like, I'm not trying to be like sexist or if anyone like takes offense to this, but right now, like I was just doing an essay on well, I think I'm still doing it. I don't even remember, but I sent it in to my teacher, and I was just going on about like how like social media can affect like teens. For instance, I wrote about how teens can be attracted to things. So like for instance, like I just saw like I was just on my phone like 10 minutes ago, and I just scrolled and I saw this kid with like a vape or something like that, right? Like it antagonizes kids to be like, oh, I want to do that with them, so they make friends with them, and it's just a whole group of smoking weed, vaping, and I'm not gonna name any names, but like Churchill is like I see so much people, clouds of smoke coming up. Like I'm saying, like that's your
Yeah.
life. That's your life.
So when you brought up social media, right?
that's how it is though. Like
Yeah,
legit. That was my
Um,
first thing in high school. The first day of high school, I went in the bathroom during like the little study hall for homework and stuff. 5 kids, all with vape pens, vaping.
exactly.
It's like,
you know what
where
this
did
is?
you guys get this from?
No, but even in Canada too.
Actually, hey, listen. The meme.
Precautious.
I feel like it like that whole thing, like it's actually not really the States of thing, the stereotype, because the meme actually says like it's basically stereotyping Canadian teens, right?
Yeah, just girls though, like
And
because like I'm not saying like Ontario's like a bad like place, but of course it's like Hamilton, for instance. And there's crackheads out in the streets. Like where I live right now, like it's a nice neighborhood, but sometimes there's this like chunk of land, and it's just all these like weedies and like all these people that are just everywhere. Like oh,
to
it's
that,
weird.
I feel like in Vancouver they made all drugs legal, right?
Mhm.
But here's the twist. Uh, Actually, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I know there was another place in the world that actually did it. Okay,
Yes.
but I'm pretty sure Vancouver's it's war with drugs are over, right? That's what the headlines were, because they legalized a lot of it, or at most all of it. And you know what their plans were? legalize it all, give free therapy for it, and I completely agree with that. More cities should be like that. Wonder why? It's
Why?
it's addictions that keep people into these drugs. It's trying them out for the first time, and you know why a lot of people try them out? Issues like depression. They're going through home
True.
problems. They're losing their job or something like that. Also, a lot of like the kids that get into drugs and stuff like that, our ages, right?
Yeah,
They have bad home lives. Like, parents should be doing a better job at this.
for
And like,
sure.
I'm one to talk because, like, I mean, I'm not really one to talk because I can actually vouch for people like this because I don't have, like, my mom and dad aren't in my life.
Yeah, same with me, right? Like my
Yeah, but you're lucky. You got the lucky end of the spectrum, which is really rare nowadays. I mean, it's not that rare, but you see a lot more kids, right? That like
divorced
are going through home
parents.
problems. Yeah, they have divorced parents, like the two Christmas type ordeal, right?
Yeah, and then like
Dude.
it's just so confusing.
The two Christmas type ordeal, right? And like you're lucky to have like good parents that care for you. But like I don't know about Darius, I don't know about you, Aiden, but I can vouch for like the kids that like they don't have like good parents because like I said, my mom and dad are in my life. I'm not trying to throw it out there, but I'm just vouching for them. But that doesn't explain why like there's also another like a factor that plays into it. Obviously, I don't have the parents to bully me and stuff to push me into that type of ordeal.
Mhm.
But like I somehow ended up as like an okay person.
Yeah, like same. Like okay, I'm not saying that there in my life there was some ups and downs. Like even with my parents went off and on for about 2 years. Like not off and on as in like relationship, just
Pardon?
I swear to God, I'm gonna
No,
pee.
no.
Okay, go to
They
the
can hear you.
washroom.
They just
On
can't.
your
No,
head, Dominic.
no. They can hear you
Okay.
guys, but they just can't hear me.
Okay,
So
so
it's
like
just gonna
I
be in
was
Jay
talking
Weird.
talking
about.
the whole time.
You see,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop there about myself, right? I mean, like I said, I ended up as a good person, but like there's more to like the issue. I can also vouch for parents that are abuse and stuff because I've dealt with
Yeah.
past problems.
It's just
But we're gonna get out of that because we're gonna keep this
we're gonna
more.
keep this more like
It's still gonna be like a kind of a. We're talking about hard topics here, but we're gonna try to keep it like as upbeat as we can.
yeah. Even though they're hard topics, of course, like we need them to be said.
They need to be
Because
said and
people
addressed,
aren't recognizing
especially
bullying. Like even like right now, like people. Yeah, like wait, is your mic working now?
And Aiden, when you said like in the teens, you mentioned social media, right?
Mhm.
I'm going to circle back around to like where we kind of begun
Yeah.
off. Like, see, that's again, algorithms is a huge player in our lives. Wanna know why? Because
Why?
like a statistical rating shows that like more people, like this is an entire world out of like 100 people, right? A ratio, right? Like out of like 80 out of 100 people have cell phones, whilst like 70 out of 100 people have like actual working functional toilets in their homes. More people in the world have like mobile phones today than they do proper like toilets.
Yeah,
So
like it's crazy to think
think
about
about
that.
that. And a lot of people like I mean personally here we aren't forced into like using social media.
No.
But a lot of
No.
people we know have it. So like and like
Mhm.
people at a young age getting into it, they're getting their first device, right? Their entire family has social media. So, they're like, oh, I want to be a part of that too. They get it, and it connects each other. But like in China and like India and stuff like that, when you buy a phone, it's bloatware. They actually have these social media apps pre-installed onto their phone. And like people, when you buy your phone, they want you to make social media accounts, which I don't get. But you ever heard like the term there's like two types of industries that call their customers users? Illicit drugs and software. Have you ever heard that quote?
I have heard that.
I have not.
Okay, anyways, it's a quote that speaks perfectly for itself. You heard exactly what it said, right? I mean, I can repeat the quote if you want.
It's like what they do. No, legit. I bought the new Samsung when my old one is going to the better.
Yeah.
And just like I believe that TikTok and Facebook and Twitter were already installed on it.
Yeah, on my Samsung, I don't have TikTok,
The
or
only
Twitter
thing I even
pre-installed,
had,
but I had Facebook pre-installed.
Yeah, I had that I had that.
I had a Twitter account. and I
It's
just
something
had
that it's
Facebook for
because
VR.
it's like firmware. It's like burned into like the factory firmware.
Mhm.
It's something that can't be uninstalled. Like if you want to, it's gonna be there. The best thing you could do is like if you have a social media account, log out of it. But I'm not saying that people should just throw away their social media, right?
Yeah.
It's something that connects us every day. Again, back to the reformation of algorithms stuff. It's the algorithms what gets us at the it's the algorithms what messes over people. It's
Yeah.
that quote I said. I can repeat it if you guys didn't hear it.
Could you please?
You can
So
repeat
the
it.
quote is there's two types of industries that call their
Bob, send
customers
the
users,
link.
illicit drugs, and software. So I mean, I guess you
The
guys
live
can
stream.
kind
Just
of
send a
piece
link
together
to
that.
messages.
In social media, we don't pay for social media. So if you're not paying for a product, you are the product.
Yeah, that's the thing I heard about like Facebook. There was a study about Facebook, something about like everyone, like if we had to pay for a Facebook, it would legit only be like $1.12 or something.
Yeah, like
around that
Facebook's
range.
ad market.
No, just
Yeah.
Facebook in general. Like if we had to buy it instead of like giving our information and all that stuff, it would be like $1.12. I heard. I don't know. Just take it with a grain of salt.
And so like I could go on about this for hours, but it's not something that everybody wants to talk about. It's good that I understand like a standpoint of this because I'm the tech guy here.
He's the
And
IT of the.
it's not like,
group.
it's not that I'm just an enthusiast. It's lucky that I actually understand like a lot of things. And it's lucky that I can actually read like code on a screen and literally translate it to you what it's trying to do, type of ordeal. But people with like the algorithm needs to be reformed, right?
Yeah, it
Because
doesn't work.
when it comes to teenagers and stuff, again, it's suggesting your interests to you, recommending things that you have looked at in the past. Like that ad you scrolled onto your screen, it caught your eyes, and you looked at it, like your screen was captured on it for like a couple seconds too long.
Yeah, and then like they contract that, and it just like
algorithm-
goes and pops up.
It's not that. It's not. At the same time, automation is horrible. You spent too many seconds at that one ad. It's for like. I don't know an example be, but just think of an ad, stuff.
It's for what's it called? Socks.
Okay, you spent too long looking at an ad for socks, right? Now you're gonna get ads related to that, and maybe even the same ad, like advertiser, of the same socks, repulsively pointing it at you. So, example, you've seen like you're scrolling at first on like Instagram, right? For example, and you see someone taking a hit off their vape, for example, or you somehow you're talking with someone on that, and
Yeah.
talking about that, it's something that will get tracked back to you eventually. I mean, it's obviously not something you talk about in like DMs and stuff like that because it's completely cut off from the advertising universe. Which I like. It's something that it's supposed to be private messaging, which is amazing. But you know where I'm trying to go, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
Like if you see an ad about vaping, you spend too long keening your eyes on it. Boom, they got you just like that. The other, they're gonna keep suggesting that to you. You're probably gonna, get really interested in that. You have a bad life at home. Your parents aren't the best. That's how people go down like that.
Yeah. But like even it's all like everything. But yeah, Dominic. So let's just
it's something again with social media. It needs to be reformed, specifically algorithms, right? Specifically, also some of the restrictions, especially Twitter, since they don't. Huh?
Sorry, you cut out.
1 second.
Hey, cut out.
You guys talk about
Oh, you
something.
just stopped talking.
All right. So Dominic, like, how was your mic muted for? Like the whole thing?
Up until like 10 or 15 minutes ago. That's fine though.
All right. But yeah, basically, like it's just even if we start, how much are we in? How much minutes
49 minutes.
or hours?
49 minutes.
We'll go up to an hour.
We've been
We'll take another. We'll take an hour.
We've been live for 2 current viewers. Average watch
I'd say an
time
hour.
is 10 minutes.
Hour would be good.
Yeah, because we start at 6:45-ish, and it's like 7:34 now. So yeah. So yeah, we're doing pretty good right now.
Yeah, so basically, I'm just trying to say, like, even to get us ourselves off of, like, the topic and, like, maybe just, like, to start going into, just fun things about, like, what we're trying to do, like, we'll start on, we'll start on, like, topics of, like, things. Like, I'm not, like, saying, like a script. I'm just saying, like, we'll just cut from the, school talk and stuff.
Yeah,
because we
we'll
talked
just
about
cut
it for,
from a topic to
40.
another topic, in a sense.
Yeah, like, kind of, but we'll go to a whole different, like, new topic, like.
Yeah.
Not just evolving around school. Doing right now, we can go over what our goal is for our podcast. I guess we can say. What do you think our goal will be for podcast season 1? We can say.
Yeah, I guess for the first season, just talk about school, have people we have in our lives on as guests and all, and then for the second one, we can have the people we play Siege with, and just other people kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we just like even if this doesn't go anywhere, we still want to make this.
It's still a fun little podcast.
Yeah. It will be fun for a lot because, like I said, like we'll have guests mostly every episode. I guess they'll usually be an hour, maybe 45 minutes long. And I know we were gonna do a what's it called? We were gonna do a.
We had like a little planning thing here just for a short one, but we just went off what we were talking about.
Yeah, we just went off what we were talking about, and we just started like.
It's funny, Darius was barely talking too.
Yeah, like Darius was just over here sitting like. It's actually really good to have an American person because we can see what they have for.
And Aiden, plus he's gonna be in the next one just because he couldn't get to this one.
Yeah, like we have a like an actual host because for hosts we call it's just like the main speakers, and we have a friend named T, and he might just want to talk in this too. And I don't know who we have for our guests. Yeah. Tomorrow, maybe if we start it.
And no offense, Darius, but it's also another thing we're talking about is our current region. You're not in our country, so it makes it also hard for you to connect with our topics that we're talking about.
Yeah. All right. Well,
no notice of dismissal.
It's all right.
Just give me a couple more seconds, and I'll be back. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. Just take your time.
But yeah, like we had the opportunity to make a podcast from our teacher, as we were saying, Miss Lovely.
This is an assignment we're doing, but also at the same time, we're going to continue this into a.
We really do want to, I've been wanting to do this. I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, right? From, that's every, kid's dream, just to start a YouTube channel.
Yeah, just you want to be
finally,
you look up to that.
It's finally coming true, but it's instead of it being just a vlog or gaming channel, it's going to be a podcast, which is actually pretty cool to get, even if this gets somewhere, not millions and millions of views, but even with the strong messages, not strong messages, but the messages we were saying.
Yeah, what we're talking about and trying to raise awareness for certain topics and how certain things can be improved it's also good for community and for the people who do watch.
Yeah, so even if we do start getting viewers, more viewers and more viewers, we'll have more consistent episodes and stuff, but because we're in school, it won't be like the YouTubers nowadays, let's say for instance PewDiePie or something, and he has millions of views, or even
he has over 100 million subscribers and a bunch of views and all that.
Yeah, he gets that stuff, and he just episode 1, 2, 3 a day. We're not gonna do that. It's either an episode each weekend or even week sometimes, but we at least want to make a cut.
Actually,
we'll see.
Typically, most podcasts only send out an episode or 2 per week.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Because this is our first episode, we're just this is the first episode, right? And maybe we'll do 2 episodes Saturday and Sunday, and continue it each week. Because
we'll have one Saturday, Sunday, and maybe one during the week, or 2 or 3 a week.
Yeah, because we have nothing to do. It's quarantine. What are we supposed to do, really?
We're bored. We don't have much to do.
I mean, I don't know what you guys are gonna talk about. I'm gonna be playing Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah,
Yes, I've been only playing Cyberpunk for Veshie. It's
Yeah.
concerning.
It's
Happy days,
we
For some
We've
reason,
been-
isn't yours the only Xbox that it doesn't kills? Like Cyberpunk's the only Xbox that
Well,
doesn't kill?
I don't know what it is. All I know is that everyone else has been complaining about it, so I don't know.
How is it for you though?
My Cyberpunk is good. It just has like a few glitches and some frame drops here and there. But most of the time, it
like
works.
GTA kind of.
It's like,
like GTA kind
yeah.
of.
But yeah, like I know introduction. This is like the outro kind of like what we've been trying to like say at the beginning. Well, we had the incidents with Dominic going to the waiting room.
Oh no, I don't want to hear about that.
Don't know why he did that, but we also want to make this like a comedy channel kind of thing. We want to
It's
try
like
and
comedy and awareness podcast.
yeah, like awareness wasn't supposed to happen today or like even in episodes like for the future. It was just something that we wanted to talk about because
Yeah, something we can talk about and is a good subject.
yeah, like because like people like don't understand how bad everything is, and then
Mhm.
everyone finds out. And if this were to get big, go through schools, even like get posted on schools, right?
Yeah.
Like this could go big in certain ways. And if this is an awareness type thing, right? Like it would be cool just to see it around schools, like with people talking about school, right? Like
Yeah, and if
I've
you
always wanted to.
wait, what are you saying, Chase?
You see, but it's more or like I've always wanted to like influence an audience, to the right
Yeah,
decisions.
and
I
anybody
wanted
with
to do
the
that
right
too.
mind and a positive mind would any day. I'm
Like
not
this
saying you should.
podcast.
Yeah, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't have that like mindset to it. I'm just saying anybody. And no offense if you take this the wrong way, but anybody that I usually meet personally, like from my experience, that has a warm and open heart and usually wants to influence and make the world a better place. And considering I am too with this podcast, I'm trying to raise awareness for certain things in a sense, right? So
Yeah, like even for like maybe next episode, like even if we continue it tomorrow with another guest, or like we'll have certain guests that will appear a lot, and then some guests that won't.
yeah.
So like Chase, for instance, he might be a guest that will appear a lot.
I'd like Chase. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like you to come back.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was a good talk. Like we had a lot of talks. I mean, Darius over here is just quiet and
just
just
chill.
bummed.
Yeah, we'll also
He's
leave it
chilling.
But I was gonna say something, but then he went on a whole like speech about it, and it was inspiring. And I didn't
It was
stop.
inspiring.
It was inspiring.
I
It was
We'll have you back. We'll for sure. We'll for sure have Darius back because he's an American, and we want to see how like it
When we're
affects them.
talking in a comedic standpoint, he's actually funny as hell.
Yeah, like we'll have our moments of funanicity. Funanicity.
This is our first podcast.
Third podcast, you guys. This is the first podcast. We're just trying to and even if you're having a bad day, like even if like let's say someone from our school or from a different school is having a bad day, like you guys can like crack some laughs like over a podcast that we've done and go to an episode and being like
tune in, go to a funny section, or even listen to the entire comedic podcast and just chill,
Because there'll be an episode of that, like even like there might be some episodes like we're all playing video games or something, and
this
we're just
advertising is hilarious.
like this, like we're just.
Hey guys, if you're having a bad day and you want to laugh, subscribe and listen to all of our podcasts.
Remember my TikTok?
100 subscribers, we'll do a face reveal.
Yeah. I mean, you guys know, I'm just a guest speaker.
100 subscribers and we release 10 other YouTube channels.
Guys, smash that like button and subscribe and turn on post notifications.
Oh my god, smash that like button, turn on notifications.
Jesus Christ, Dominic, what was that? That was such a good accent.
Allier here.
What's up, guys?
It's
Allier
Stockholm.
here.
FNAF games.
But yeah, like I'm saying, like even if we were to like some people, like we're just sitting in like this, let's say like a group chat type of FaceTime, like right, and we might just turn on like the record button and be like, what, let's just
we'll just tune into the podcast server, get some people on, and start talking.
Yeah, like comedy, like someone's playing video games and they start raging at someone in Fortnite or something like that. Like.
Yeah.
I think it would be. I think this channel, at least, I'm gonna call it a channel from now on, because
Well, it
why not?
depends. Like, I don't think I
It's a
should play
podcast so
Cyberpunk
far.
while
I
doing
wouldn't
this
call
game.
it a channel, really. I mean,
Well,
you're gonna
channel
have a
because
YouTube
it's doing it
channel,
on
but
YouTube, but
it's not like you're getting into like videography.
that's true.
Not
So then we'll
yet.
call it podcast. So the
Not yet.
podcast it's gonna be more of like everything. It's just gonna be everything combined. Like maybe one episode will have like a horror time, like telling like scary stories or something like that, just to have like just a fun time.
Yeah, I can't play Cyberpunk while doing this podcast though, because those bosses they're hard. They hurt.
They're hard. Same. I swear to God, you just said that.
We're just hard, guys. Nothing else.
Nothing else. But yeah, I think this might actually have a chance of like getting
This has
people
a
to like
chance if it goes through the school and all that. Yeah.
yeah, like
I feel
even
like,
if like
I feel like a good way to say it is that this could be the start of something great.
yeah, that's something good to say. Like keep our positivity up, even if it doesn't go anywhere. Knock on
Yeah.
wood. Like hope it does, but
Hope it
It's trial and
does. Hope
error.
it goes
It's an
somewhere.
experiment, basically.
if we don't, we can just have it to look back on when we're older, like just to see like what we did when we were younger. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna be like 25, like me and
It's a good
Dominic will
way.
probably be
Yeah,
friends, you know?
it's a good way to
It's not
remember
like-
what we did when we were younger.
Like, You guys,
Yeah.
it's not like you guys will have anything to do during the quarantine and stuff. Like you guys said, I'll go back to that. And so it's something you're just pumping out because you might as well. It's just content, and it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if people listen to it or not. And if people do listen to it, hopefully they get some laughs and giggles out of like you guys just living your day by day lives.
Yeah, like saying to Dominic, like there could be one episode where we literally just go outside, record something, and just because like today, for instance, like we were over by a park by like my place, and we were just like talking about random stuff, and it was kind of funny, and it would have been good content.
It would have been funny, but it would have been 18 plus. It would have been.
Yeah, it would for sure be like 18 months.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
yeah.
to it, but
It was funny.
even, not like I'm not saying like that like swearing like like explicit content. I'm just saying like there's just
More
like
like is you would tag it like PG-13.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
not
just we didn't go and just start cussing till no tomorrow. We just went and talked about a subject that is you have to be mature enough to watch.
Yeah, so you wouldn't tag it E for everyone if we're gonna go like by ESRB ratings, right?
yeah, for sure for this
Yeah.
one, like this would be PG, right? Because
Oh yeah,
you said the F word, like you said the F word, even though you didn't mean it, like
no, you're using
don't-
it as an example, saying that
Yeah, like,
it doesn't.
it's not going to be bad. Like even if our teacher listens to this point, like to that point, it's not like even if she listens to the end and she hears that and then goes to the end and listens to it. For right now, like there will probably be like that type of content, even if we have like people like if I have my brother, I'm just example, like if I were to have my brother in here, he's 18 and he'll probably swear, right? Like because a lot of people swear nowadays.
Yeah, swear.
I can say right now, like I feel like I'm funny when I swear, but I'm trying to keep it under control.
Yeah, right. Like,
Yeah,
like when
everybody feels like they're funny because they can
Swear-
relate into
swearing.
Like I
Swearing
typically make it into a funny thing. It's not like I swear to be mad at people. I use like I'll drop this and that into a joke to add some more comedy. But I've kept it under control because this is a podcast.
Yeah, like even
And if I'm gonna be like if, for example, if this blows up and I come back, right? For example, I would like to be more like a role
Yeah.
model.
For sure.
I mean, obviously, like I'd be starting this because it's not like you think of like big content creators, right? I'll go with like tech YouTubers because that's my side of YouTube, like Marquez Brownlee, right? And like Austin Evans, they have lives outside of their tech YouTube, and that's probably what they do in their free time.
Yeah.
A lot of them,
And
they're probably dropping this and that.
The cussing thing is that it does actually help mental health too.
Yeah, it helps. It releases a sort of anger. So like they have personal lives. We have personal lives. Say like I'm saying I'm thinking from a that type of standpoint.
Mhm.
But like when they go on camera, they have to keep it under control because
If they're a kid, if they're like a kid channel, you for sure know that they're swearing to just like
people like
because
that, it's not like they're playing rated them for our games like tech YouTube, right? It's an E for everyone because tech like learning about the tech YouTube I watch really it's mainly about reviewing technology.
Yeah, for me,
But even
like,
still, in some
swearing
reviews, like
empathizes, like swearing empathizes like what you say, you know? Like, you know that, like, you were to say, like, oh, this is, and then, like, throw a, like, you know, crap,
Yeah, like
and,
there's
like,
like crap
it
is
just
not like
doesn't sound right. Like, oh, this is so bull crap, it just doesn't sound right, you know?
yeah, when you say like crap and stuff, that's not like a heavy word.
Like, for
It's more
me,
like F bombs stuff like that. Obviously it's really
Yeah,
it's
like,
disrespectful in some
like
sort of manners.
explicit,
It's not
and
just like
unexpected
inappropriate.
f bombs and all that, right? Like you
Yeah,
can cuss.
it's
There's
not just
nothing wrong with cussing or cursing, right? But also at the same time, don't go dropping n bombs, r bombs, and all those. And I'm not.
I don't think anybody should be dropping the N bomb. It's
like,
been
Nobody
racist,
should.
derogatory slang.
It's very racist.
like, people to the LGBT community and to black people
Like
and, like,
using
even the Hispanic, like,
example.
Yeah,
everyone.
it's totally inappropriate. It shouldn't be used.
It shouldn't be used. No.
Of course, people use it, but, like, it's usually not taken from a
There's two
racist
meanings
perspective.
in a sense that how they'll use it. They'll use it to offend somebody and a group of people, or use it jokingly around your friends, and they know that
Yeah.
they won't get insulted or hurt about that. And in that kind of standpoint, nobody takes offense or feeling to what you actually say, right?
Mhm.
But if you're talking, if it's targeted to a person or persons, it actually hurts and it actually causes negative mental health and so many issues that shouldn't be
Yeah.
caused over one offensive word
Before
that you
when we were
shouldn't have said.
talking about like freaking me like being skinny, right? And like we joke about that,
Yeah.
like it's same with like calling someone fat and skinny.
Yeah, like I'm a bigger person.
Like anorexic people, like I know this is like something like not to bring up, but like people say like
Anorexia is a topic.
anorexic.
Yeah.
Like someone says you're anorexic, like you don't know if they actually stopped eating and like they're like
Yeah,
skinny as hell.
you don't know if a thinner person is actually anorexic or not, or if they intentionally stopped eating because of bullying, or for even like I was saying earlier, for
And even for
attention.
fat people, like sometimes it could be like they can't lose weight or like they have a illness type of thing, right?
Yeah, but no, another thing with the bigger people, and I will say I'm not thin or like massively large. I'm a little like 10, 20 pounds overweight, but that's fine, you know? Like I'm not
You're like the
just
like the normal type.
Yeah, like I'm a little heavier than the normal, but I'm not like severely obese or
Severely like
underweight kind of.
Like you're not 1,000 pounds. Just
No. Like I don't deserve to go on TLC, but at the same time, I don't have to be on my death.
That was good. That was a good one. That was good. I like that. But yeah, like Dominic, are you ready? Leaves the waiting room. I don't really know what to say, you know? Like
So,
it's came kind of to the end.
Hmm?
I said like it kind of came to the end, right? Like
I feel like that's good enough.
Yeah, like we've gotten over school type things. We've gotten over
school, like anxiety, stress, mental health.
like even if we do an episode tomorrow, like we could just continue or even get some other ideas from other people.
Like what we can do is what we have right now is just have documents and like write down an overview of what we're talking about. If we get them back.
Yeah.
We need to have like I need to look up some like crazy news articles or something.
Yeah, he's like
he's like scanning the web for.
Yeah, he's like, what should I talk about on a podcast?
What I talk about on a
We could be more
podcast?
like like YouTubers like some ordinator gamers like Optimus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so their YouTube is based on just talking about stuff. Topics that are going on in the world, and that can be something that you guys talk about is major leading topics because that's usually what they talk about, and it's a good like topic. It's like sometimes it's harder for people to read through a news article, right? And it's better when they hear it from someone talking about it because there's that person can put more of a like what's the word I'm trying to look for? There's more of a And they can make it fun, sort of.
Yeah,
Or
like for
it's
us, like we're
more-
kids,
It's
so
more
maybe
attracting when instead of like reading an article. I get it, reading is good for the human mind, but also like you can take in information too.
You can take in information,
And
but
it's nice
the
to hear it
thing,
from like, a friendly face or a friendly voice.
like
and the thing is with
even
reading,
for
especially taking it from a certain standpoint, is like I see what you're saying. It's good for the mind and all, but what I see and why I don't read when I'm assigned reading and why I actually don't like
See, I don't
reading.
like assigned reading. Assigned
No,
reading is
I
not a
don't.
good.
And it's because it's actually forced, right? You're
yeah,
okay,
because
you're
like
forced to read. You have to read 30 minutes a night. No. Well,
for
first of all,
instance,
homework, in my opinion, is completely useless.
useless.
Completely
People
useless.
think about
After school, that's your time. That's your time in your life. I understand you take homework or extra work that you need to complete, like if you're behind or something, right? Stay
And
in
yeah,
for
for
a
sure.
break
yeah.
or two.
Like
But also after school for hours on hours a day doing work in your personal life, it just doesn't make sense or add up or work with me, right?
yeah, like
Yeah.
for the
Um
book topic, for the book topic, like I read all of Harry Potter, right? Like all the books. Like
Mhm.
I didn't choose, or I chose to do that. It wasn't like assigned. It was just like
It wasn't
something that like
assigned, it was
or
something personal
was
that you
like
wanted to read.
I was like might as well complete a whole series of books. Like
Yeah,
for
the first
like
one was good. I liked it. Why don't I read all the others?
yeah, like for instance, there's a
guys,
sixth book is like huge. It's like here, hold on. Like while you guys talk about this, I'm gonna,
yeah, you go you're gonna find the books you're talking about, right?
yeah, I'm gonna
Okay,
see
so
how.
I want to bring up another topic. Thinking of the reading, so more
Oh, hold
readings, like
on.
it's very stereotyped with like hardcover physical books, right?
Mhm.
When we got the internet, and I also thought about something while you guys were talking about Harry Potter. Wikipedia. Okay, we all know what Wikipedia is.
Yes.
So when your teacher assigns you one of those useless like exam assignments, and they say you can't use Wikipedia.
I think so.
Hey, who's dealt with a teacher that's told them not to use Wikipedia?
Me,
I have
I've dealt
not.
with several teachers like that
Okay,
I
so
but
because
like
it's
like
supposed to
are
be
you
fake and
meaning
all that.
yeah, like are you
it's
meaning like
such an
oh, okay, then
incorrect thing to
yeah, yeah.
say, right?
Not a
That's
trusted
something so
source.
it's something that they say it because not a lot of us like not a lot of people that pertain the intelligence to actually put it into like listen here um um this is going to be listened to whoever listening to it, right? Listen, when you're going on Wikipedia and your teacher tells you not to use it, you can still use it as long as there's citations and there is resources used, which a lot of these Wikipedia pages actually do. If you scroll down to the bottom, there will be like resources, and where there's writing and stuff, there'll be citations to say that this information could be wrong, and if there's not, then the information follows up with the corresponding resources.
Mhm.
Like it's just it's because not a lot of people actually put the work into you know like I'm not stereotyping anybody, but I get like it from a teacher's perspective. Like not a lot of people will actually put the work into like going on Wikipedia and seeing if they're the citations are there and the resources are there.
Am I in? Am I in?
Which, if you actually pay attention to that, it doesn't take much work, right? You just you read for something, and then you can there should be citations and like little words. You would say citation, right? And you just scroll down to the bottom to resources and view where they got all their stuff. And then it's just
Yeah.
like it's just a 30-second task. Once you're done reading it, you scroll down and see all the pages. Or if you want to, you can go on you can search up a topic, right? If you teach, if you absolutely don't want to get in trouble for it, which I believe teachers shouldn't be, like I believe there should be like useless assignments like that handed out, right? But if you really want to, you search up a topic, right? You scroll to the bottom to the resources, and you can use those resources that are mentioned and get off that. I mean, obviously, don't go with plagiarizing because I can agree with like the education system with like stealing someone else's like exact word for word writing.
Mhm. That's
It's not,
plagiarism, in my opinion. Yes, it does deserve to be illegal because you're
but
technically copying other people's work, and it's just not yours, and you don't benefit or gain anything from it, right?
yeah. But that's a quick tip. Just search up something, go on Wikipedia, scroll down, and use the resources. Even though I know there's like some controversy going on with Wikipedia and like them asking for money because since it actually is a free source that they don't put advertisements on.
There is advertisements on Wikipedia. I've seen them.
There is.
Yeah,
I've
there
actually
is.
never seen that advertisement on Wikipedia,
That's
but
a
that's
weird
probably
thing,
because I
though, because
you know,
certain
don't
websites
use Chrome.
on my
Oh.
school.
What browser
I
do you
also
use?
don't use Edge.
I don't like Zedge either.
I mean, the
Edge?
new Edge is nice and stuff, but
I
I don't
use
use Chrome.
Microsoft Edge. Yeah.
Yeah, the newer version of Edge is like it's really nice. It is
I don't
built
know.
off
I
of
said
Chromium.
I'm an
Actually. Not
Different
many people
built-in.
understand what Chromium is. It's basically just you know, think of like a framework. Think of like it's like a box. Really to kind of just like set where you want things.
Mhm.
That's basically it. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Chromium is basically just Chrome, but with like, all like it's Chrome, but like really stripped down Chrome, and you can just edit it to like however you want since it's open source.
Yeah, you can customize it to your own liking.
Yeah, and that's what I use Brave, right? Which is it's basically it's a browser that focuses on privacy
Okay.
and stuff like that. But like Brave is built off of Chromium, right?
Mhm.
Edge is built off of Chromium. At least I'm pretty sure Edge is built off. I mean, I know Edge is built off Chromium. Sorry, messed up my words there. I don't. I think Brave's built off of Chromium. I can search it up right now.
All right. Yeah. So, Aiden, did you find that fishing thing for your Harry Potter boat?
Oh well, I was supposed to doing that. I went downstairs and got myself ice cream. Anyway.
Sorry that before you get any words in, I might as well just finish off what I was saying. Yes, Brave is built off of Chromium.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's around like 1,000 pages. Oh my god. Hold on. There's around 1,000 pages in that
Are
book.
you enjoying that ice cream over there?
I am enjoying.
So,
this ice
how's,
cream.
how's your ice cream?
It's
how is it?
great.
'Cause I
What kind of
cannot hear
ice cream
you.
is it, though? Yeah.
It's sherbet for some reason.
Sherbet?
I
I've
don't
actually
know
never had
why.
sherbet.
I don't like sherbet. I used to. I just don't like it anymore.
Like sherbet?
I don't like it anymore. It just tastes weird now.
I feel like this. I mean, last ice cream I had was basically just Neapolitan, so it's just strawberry.
I like that. I had
chocolate.
that. That was my second last, or yeah, my
But like
last.
the second last ice cream I had, which is actually kind of like spicy. We'll use that word. Black cherry.
Oh, yeah, it's not spicy. I know what you're talking
No,
about.
I use not spicy as
No,
like,
not like
flavor.
actually spicy, but like spicy,
use, like-
like a. Like it
it's
was.
a metaphor.
Yeah,
for the
that's what I was
formula.
letting go.
It's, you have something that's plain, and you have something that's spicy, sort of like that.
To add spice to it.
Yeah.
It's not literal like I'm like pouring
It's
like
not-
hot
it's-
sauce
it's
on
not
my
like-
ice cream.
Yeah, it's not like
I-
hot sauce.
That's disgusting. Hot sauce on vanilla ice cream, boys. But yeah,
Hey, Frank's Red Hot. I put that on everything.
hot sauce on pizza is good. What are you talking about?
Well, no, I never. Hot sauce on pizza is really-
everything.
Hot sauce and really everything can go
Darius,
together.
what do you think about hot sauce?
Yeah, what do you think about hot
Look,
sauce?
Alright,
I get it, you're Mexican, but like besides that,
Yeah, that's a listen. That is
Hey,
I-
listen,
we
No,
can't
offense,
talk
but-
like
No,
that
you
here.
can't say that.
and Mexican people love hot
I'm
sauce.
sorry.
We love our hot
I'm
sauce.
sorry.
Put it on
But most people
everything.
don't actually put into perspective that there's multiple types of hot sauce, right?
no, yeah, and I was
When people
no,
hear hot sauce, people be like, "Oh, Frank's Red Hot," but there's so many different flavors of hot sauce, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
like
would love to try a lot of them.
Frank's Red
'cause I-
Hot, but also like you got
Go
like,
to Pepper Palace up by the it's the
is it
outlets
good in
up by Niagara.
yeah.
You know what I
But
want to
yeah,
try?
sorry to racially.
Okay, you know the show Hot Ones, right?
Yeah, like where
Okay,
they
so,
in a
like-
sense podcast interview someone while eating spicy wings.
Yeah, it's a video podcast, and they just they'll talk about the topic and they'll eat spicy wings, and it gets hotter eventually
Yeah,
until they
like-
get to their hot sauce. I want to try their hot sauce actually. The hot wings, the hot ones, like actual hot sauce.
Yeah, like they're
I'm pretty sure it's like I think it's like $15 a bottle actually.
oh, wait.
Hold on.
Jeez, that's a lot.
Well, I'm
I
pretty
mean,
sure it's a pretty
yeah.
small bottle though.
But yeah, like I guess we can come to the end. Like how much have we been talking for?
I haven't
Oh,
even talked that.
yes. Sorry, you know how I
almost
said
80
$15?
They're probably
Yeah.
like 50.
Yeah, it's like $40.
Yeah, they're like expensive. But yeah, like how much have we? How much
Canadian.
minutes? Or how much
80
hours?
minutes.
80
Hour and
minutes.
20.
You want to go to an hour and 30? We'll just talk for 10 minutes. We'll just wrap it up right now.
Alright guys, random content, let's start talking.
Okay, so
Alright, this time I'm
We're
actually
talking. We'll just
talking.
we'll wrap everything up. Like we already said this. Like Chase was gone to go to the
Whatever he
bathroom.
was doing.
I wouldn't
actually
say
no,
go to
I had to go grab hangers for my clothes.
Oh, I did that too.
Okay.
Well, I went downstairs because that's where I went to go get my.
That's the last
All right,
time.
so yeah, I think this is going to be the end of the first podcast.
I think first podcast went really well. Like, how do you guys think it went?
Yeah,
I'm
it
gonna
was,
be honest, it was a
you
little
guys did a pretty good
unorganized, but
job.
hey.
it's a little, yeah, it was a little disorganized, but it did go pretty
It was
smooth.
really
Yeah, but
organized,
it went smooth
Yeah, it
after
went
that.
smoothly. Yeah.
It will be much better when we all have, our own set of professional equipment and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We have like, armed mics and stuff like that, and we have like actual headsets in separate mics where
Yeah.
our audio will be much better. I mean, me and
Be up the audio, know
Dominic's
what we're
audio's-
talking about, and just what's it
Yeah.
called?
I mean, me and
Pre-planned.
Dominic's audio's okay. Aiden, you got something wrong with your HyperX mic, and
Yeah, it's just cutting
don't
out a
know,
bunch, and then
That's my laptop for sure. But
Darius
Darius getting a
just
little
doesn't
too
talk.
far. Yeah,
my
Well, I was
my
gonna talk, but I kept just,
he talks, but like I think he's too far from his like laptop,
or wherever the hell you are.
All right,
Like,
so
I
yeah,
don't
or like his her microphone. At
yeah,
least.
his microphone. Actually, no, it's probably not his microphone because I don't really.
We
notice
actually
it.
wanted like set up like we would want like an introduction. Like it would be nice if we got like if we're live streaming how we are right now. If we had like a setup, counter down. We started 10 minutes before and just had it, counting down for people to actually join and listen to us talk.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
we're
can
just
set up
like
something
we're
that,
just yeah,
which,
but
there's software for it. I mean, you'd obviously so I assume Dominic Rain would be having to host it since it's kind of like
We're
your guys'
both
show.
hosts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like once we all get, everybody here has like, at least a good microphone because like the laptop I have is, still costs like it's kind of hefty price, but like it's decent for what it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty pricey.
Makes sense.
But it's still good at like, hosting this, like what we're doing right now. And like I just need like, a microphone and like, I want to get like a pair of like XM4s, which will work. They're very they're kind of like a multi-tool type of headphones, so they'd be very nice anyways to use.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, I guess we're gonna wrap up this first podcast. Thank you for being on the podcast, Darius and Chase. Hope to see you again some other time.
yeah,
we most likely will see you guys again.
Yeah,
'Cause you guys will
we'll
probably
probably
be like
see you guys again. Yeah, it's not that.
as the local kids would say, this podcast for the poggers, isn't it? Isn't
it's pretty.
It was pretty pogger in the chat.
Yeah, can we get the pogs in the chat, please?
Yes. So all
Remember,
my TikTok girls,
like,
like,
subscribe,
Like,
and
subscribe, and just help the channel out.
Yeah.
All right, see you guys in the next
give us your
podcast.
money to watch
All
our
right.
stuff.
All right, so now that they're out, we're just gonna wrap it up. This is our first podcast. We're probably going to be working on a few seasons, probably a couple episodes a season to start off. Or our first season is probably gonna lean more towards school people that we know in our lives that contribute to school.
Maybe our first 3 episodes, because I think that would be good for sure for 3 episodes, and then maybe start leaning in towards
that's what
doing all the other things, right?
Yeah, that's what we're probably going to start
have,
with other seasons.
Yeah, like we I think we should do like maybe 5 episodes per season, and then see
let's
how
start
we
with
get
5 and then see where it goes, and we'll probably do more. But if you're 5, you followed along, stay the entire podcast, or if you're listening in on it, just leave a like, subscribe,
for sure.
Have a good one.
For sure.
Later.
I didn't know how to like.
For sure, yeah. All right,
I was trying to say something, but sorry.
Yeah. All right.
All right, we're done with this. Finished it. Let's go.